There was a big announcement with the 25 grand HomeBuilder grant around. Obviously, a lot of people were criticising the government, saying we could do better things with the money. But does it look as if many people will actually take that grant up?
There's definitely a lot of people interested in the grant, but most of them are not going to qualify for it. There's many strict criteria around it. For example, there's a maximum income, there's a maximum property value, and just that alone counts out most of Sydney. But the really big thing, in my opinion, is that you've got to start construction within 3 months of signing the building contract. And you've got to sign the building contract by the end of this year. So if you've just got the idea that you want to build a house, you're probably not going to get council approval, a home design, find the land and start construction all within that time frame. It's just too short. And so really what the government was doing with this is they were trying to get people who had already, planned to build and who had delayed that decision because of COVID, and give them a little incentive, a big incentive, to actually start construction now. And so it's not really designed for people who haven't really planned anything as yet. And I think this is what was never properly communicated. And so that's why there's a lot of confusion around it. So if homeowners, it's not available for investors. If homeowners want to take advantage of HomeBuilder, what we would recommend is that they seek a house and land package, because a house and land package has everything set up and ready to go. And so that time limit is not going to be a problem. But a house and land package isn't always the best investment. So always we recommend that they use caution.
And so it's almost like the 3 grand kicker on the mortgages. It's just a little incentive if they're sitting on the fence and not knowing which way to go, just to kind of tip them off.
That's right, because otherwise the construction industry is going to basically fall off a cliff in a few months. So they really need to do something to make sure we don't have a second wave of unemployment.
And certainly you've got to look into the grants, because I know a lot of the first homeowner grants or having to buy brand spanking new, suddenly that could temporarily inflate the prices in certain areas. So it's actually a false economy. You might be getting 25 grand extra, but if the builders put their price up 50 grand because he's suddenly busy, then you're still 25 grand behind.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And this is what we've seen time and time again when the government offers some kind of incentive to people to buy or build a property. And so always just compare to other properties in the area that have sold and just look to see, is it superior, what you're building, or inferior? And use that to then work out what your value will be when you complete construction. And if you're paying extra to get something worth less, then don't do it.